Hi Jennifer, hopefully I can help you with this one. This question seems to be in line with all of the other ones. It is basically figuring out and a bit of transposing the formula, but we'll just go through it. So you've got the ground here. You've got a balloon. There's your balloon. It's tied to the ground using a 43-foot string, but it's being blown in the wind. So we can assume that it's being blown like that. And that's 43 foot. Then the sun, it's at noon, so the sun is coming straight down. That means that the other end of the triangle, which you're right, it is a triangle, is 17 feet away. So if we draw a line down here, that makes a triangle, and this is 17 feet away from where it's tied down. So we've basically got a situation where we know the hypotenuse and we know one of the two sides. So if we call this A, we call this side B, and the hypotenuse is always C. Hypotenuse is just the from a right angle triangle. We know that with the ground, we're assuming that the ground and the shadow coming down from noon is at 90 degrees. That's what they're basically saying. So the opposite side from the 90 degrees is always called the hypotenuse. So there's this thing called Pythagoras Theorem. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's basically a formula that says on any right angle triangle, the square of the two shorter sides of a right angle triangle equal the square of the hypotenuse. So it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's where our a, b and c come from. So we have to rearrange this formula, transpose it, because we're looking for b. So let's do this line down here. If we want to get from here just b by itself, the first thing we have to do is take away a from both sides. So if we take away a squared, from here that cancels out, but it means that we have to do minus a squared here. So that becomes b squared equals c squared minus a squared. So there was nothing there before and we've taken a squared away from it. To then find b, because it's b squared equals that, we have to square root all of that. So b equals the square root of c squared minus a squared. Now we know all of this stuff on the right hand side and we can do everything we need to do to it. So that means we basically have the answer. We just put the numbers in for the letters. B, which is what we're trying to find out, equals the square root of c, which is 43 squared, minus a, which is 17 squared. The square root of that minus that is your answer. Now I did it earlier, so I've got the numbers. You can just plug this into a calculator, but the answer of that is 39.5. So if you do that equation in a scientific calculator, or if you do one on use the scientific calculator on Windows, you'll be able to do that. You do 43 squared, take away 17 squared, and then you square root the answer of that, gets you 39.5. And that's 39.5 feet. And you can even do a little check to make sure you've got it right. If you do 17 squared plus 39.5 squared, and then find the answer, and then square root the answer, you should get 43. I've checked it, it works. hopefully that's a help. Anything else you need, just let me know.